Everyone, listen. Scientology claims to be harmless. It claims to help the weak. It lies. Be educated. Scientologists, like all cult members, target the weak and the vulnerable. Their victim of choice is, however, the mentally ill. Have you ever wondered why they claim that mental illness does not exist? That psychiatry is fake medicine and psychiatrists are crackpots? That medicine is evil? It is because those things stand in their way of manipulating people at their most vulnerable. It is because there is little that is as malleable and easily led as an unmedicated, isolated, mentally ill individual. They can be convinced of virtually anything, and may lose all sense of the boundary between reality and fantasy. These people are the easiest to convince to give up everything to the church, to be faithful to it. 1. Scientologists claim that mental illness does not exist because, once they have convinced their victims that nothing is wrong with them, it is far easier to get them to believe their other lies. 2. They claim that psychiatry is fake medicine to convince their newly snared, or potentially snared victims to give up the help that they need to function. 3. They claim that medicine is evil to keep the vulnerable off of things that would stabilize and help them, and to keep the ensnared away from said drugs as well. They do this to shield these people from things that would wake them from the lie, and make them realize they have been deceived and stolen from. Hook, line, sinker. Once they have these unfortunate people in their grasping talons, they proceed to isolate them from friends and family, making them that much more vulnerable and malleable. This is the killing blow. The trauma that leaves their victim limp and gasping and defenseless in the bottom of their boat. For without loving friends and family to support them, and encourage them to stay the course of help for their illnesses, what are they left with? They are left with a sweetly whispering serpent, that promises to take away the pain, suffering, and confusion. All they have to do is give up a little money. And a little more. And a little more. And more, and more, and more. All the while, leading them on with false promises and deceptive mind games, while delivering nothing of what they promised. Just pay a little more money, they say, just a little more. Until their victims are left with nothing, and are abandoned by the wayside in favor of better individuals to parasitize. Once they have bled them dry, they no longer care about them or their so-called salvation. A bankrupt victim is a useless waste of time. Scientologists would rather spend their time hooking and reeling in fresher meals. And when these people go on to commit suicide, or wind up dead under mysterious circumstances, they always offer up that it was their own choice, made of their own free will. Chestnut. Because anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together buys that lie. It is plain to see that such ends are the end result of months, even years, of ruthless brainwashing and manipulation, of making the individual dependent upon the so-called church and then coldly abandoning them. Scientology damages humanity. Scientology kills the innocent and defenseless. Scientology must be stopped.